everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm going to reorganise my baby's clothes. So I've got a chest of drawers with all my baby's clothes in. It's gotten really messy, so I've bought some organisers and I'm just going to refold everything, put it back, get rid of any clothes that are too small, have a good sort out, a good declutter, and hopefully it might give you some inspiration about how to organise your baby's clothes. So these are the chest of drawers. They're just from Ikea and we bought them second hand actually, but I'll just show you. So the top drawer at the moment, this is a new addition, I didn't even know this was in here. So basically I had this sorted into bodysuits, sleep suits, knitted things, and then at the back were his hats and mittens. So this is actually worse than the last time I looked in it. It's absolutely awful, as you can see. So I need to get everything out, sort it all, fold it up and then pop it back in. But yes, this should be his clothes drawer. This is the second drawer, so it should be things like bibs, towels, blankets and bedding in here. Unfortunately this has gotten really messy, as you can see. Then the bottom drawer is the emptiest now, but that's because there should actually be nappies in here, but nappies seem to be over there. They're stacked at the side, but they should actually be in here, the ones that can fit. And then we've got nappy bags, we've got these kind of sheets that we use, disposable ones. The muslins should be in here. I've got my breast pads in here, and again there's some clothes that are too big.
So I'm just starting by taking every single item out of the drawers first, just to empty the drawer completely, and then I can put it all back in. So as I'm taking it out, I'm just checking what sizes they are, because we have got a few different sizes in here. So anything that is now too small for Arthur, I'm just going to put it to one side for now. And I'm just sorting it into piles of bodysuits, sleep suits, cardigans, and whatever else I find in here. And yeah, I'm just going to go through it all. This sleep suit was one of my favourites. It only goes up to about £7, I think, so it was when he was really tiny. It's so cute. So that pile, I'm just collecting some clothes that are too small for him now, and we'll be putting them in the loft later. As you can see, the clothes are really piling up now. We've got so many, but you just need quite a lot of clothes for babies. You get bought some as well, of course. And yeah, I'm just going through, as you can see, sorting them all out. I also separate his kind of normal sleep suits, or the ones that he might sleep in, and then the slightly better ones. And that little pile there, as I said, I'm just putting that to one side for now. So these are the drawer organisers that I bought from eBay. You can get these really easily. There was different versions as well, but they were pretty cheap, I think. But yes, I think there's about 4 in this pack, all slightly different sizes. So you just zip up the bottom there, which helps them keep their shape. And I'm just going to have a little look at them and try and work out how to fit everything in for the best. I think at this point I had forgotten that I'd still had all his cardigans left in this drawer. As you can see, they're so beautiful and so small again. He didn't even get round to wearing half of them, I think, probably. But yeah, so we'll definitely be keeping these. But look, so tiny and cute. Right, so after a bit of fiddling around with those organisers, I think that I've worked out what I want to put where. So basically on the left hand side, I'm going to fold the sleep suits that are kind of more his outfit ones, the ones that are a bit nicer. Then in the middle are going to be his other sleep suits, and the bigger one on the right with all the different little pockets, that is just going to be for his vests and bodysuits. I thought I would just show you how I fold some of those nicer sleep suits. So I just fold the legs and arms in and then just fold it into 3, and it just is a nicer way to keep them nice and flat, and that just sits nicely in the compartment that I showed you on the left hand side of the drawer. So here you can see again another way as well. So you fold up the legs, I can pop the little feet in as well, and then you just fold in the arms one by one, and then just fold it into 3s or into 3rds, and yeah, it just makes quite a nice flat little parcel, and that sits really nicely in the drawer organisers. As you can see, I'm folding up the other sleep suits slightly differently, and I think I did it slightly differently again actually. But basically I was folding them in half and then just rolling them up, and I find that the probably best way to do it is to just roll it feet first, and then you can just flap the arms over. However, you can do it the other way, so fold it in half again, put the arm across, and then fold from the arm to the foot. I think I was doing all different ways when I was doing these drawers, but it all works just the same. Okay, so that is drawer number 1 all finished. I'm really pleased with how it looks, and I'm just going to tackle that middle drawer now, and as you can see, that is so messy. So as I said before, there are just loads of towels and blankets and bedding and probably various other things as well. So same as before, I'm just going to get it all out on top. I think it's just the easiest way, and then I can just go through it and put it back in nice and tidy. So here we go again. as you can see, I found some bibs in with all of that, so I'm just going to put that in the top drawer. There's just a little bit of space there on the side, so I'm just going to get rid of some because we've got so many, and Arthur doesn't really wear bibs that often anymore, but it's just useful to keep a few. So I'm just going to fold them in half basically and just slip them down the side. I'm finding that the easiest thing to do with all the blankets and towels, etc., is just to roll them up. And I do this when I go on holiday. I find the best way to pack clothes is to roll them in the suitcase. It just saves on space basically. So yes, I'm using the same principle here. Just fold it up maybe into halves or quarters and then roll in the rest of the way. And it just seems to fit in and it just looks a bit nicer. It's probably easier to see what you've got, because obviously if it's all folded on top of each other, you kind of can't see what you've got. You can't find anything. So I'm just rolling it all up and hoping that it will all fit in this drawer when I'm finished. Right, so on to the third and final drawer. I'm just going to pop these muslins into the second drawer. It just seemed that they would be best off fitting in that little space there that I've just made for them. Those comforters I can just pop elsewhere. So yes, the muslins can go back in there. And then the bottom drawer can be for things like nappies and things more related to that. I know that a lot of people tend to take nappies out of the bags and just put them in the drawers like that. And I do like what it looks like, I agree. However, I don't know, I just think it's best to keep them in the packets. I can keep an eye on how many I've got left then. It's just much easier to know how many nappies I've got left. Plus, I know they are covered, but I just wonder if it isn't a bit more hygienic to keep them this way. Obviously, it's totally up to you, but yeah, that is just how I'm doing it.
So in the top drawer, I've got the sleep suits. So these are like kind of the posher sleep suits, I'd say the more nice ones. These are the more basic ones, so I've just rolled up these and popped them in there. The long sleeve bodysuits and some dungarees, rompers and bodysuits. I've just tucked the bibs there. I know that's a bit messy, but he doesn't really use them, to be honest. And then at the back of the drawers, there's just a bit of space, so I've just put his mitts and his hats and his booties back there. Drawer 2, we've got towels, bedding and blankets. That's a spare Pod cover. We've got some muslins there. That's my sling wrap, and then we've just got his knitwear there. And then finally, there's so much space, much more space in here now, which is brilliant. So I've just got some nappy bags, which I don't really use, to be honest, but I've got them in there. All of these big pads. Just got a couple of teethers there and some spoons which we were bought, which Arthur doesn't need yet. Then we've got 2 massive packs of nappies fitting in there. Open pack of nappies, some cotton wool. I'm saving this space because I'm going to put his toiletries in there, so his bubble bath and things like that. That'll just fill up that space nicely. We've got some wipes there and my breast pads, and that's it. And yes, over there is just some stuff that I need to get rid of. That was spare bibs. We've got way too many, and those are some grow bags which he didn't ever really use, and now they're too small. Right, so that is everything sorted. That took quite a long time actually, but it's good to have finally gotten that job out of the way now. Hopefully those drawers will stay tidy from now on, fingers crossed, but at least with those organisers it has been made a little bit easier. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gave you some sort of motivation or inspiration for tidying your drawers, even if it's yours or your baby's or your nurseries. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, or if you want to see more decluttering or organising or even cleaning videos, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more, and I will be sure to see you in my next one. Bye everyone!